But it was great. But yeah, the day we showed up, we were kind of trickling in, and the news that Tom Petty had died was starting to pop up on our phones.
And that was Vegas too.
And Vegas, the same.
Yeah, like, you know, that's what I was listening to on the news when I dropped my kids off at school, and I'm taking care of this, that, and the other thing before I can leave for this. And and that Vegas shooting really kind of hit me rather hard. And it was kind of like, you know, who I really want to hang out with today are the guys in Trampled, and luckily that is what I'm getting to do.
Yeah, and it's not like that these outside things, I wouldn't say they have a huge influence, or they didn't have a huge influence musically or anything like that, but it just creates an atmosphere. It wasn't like the way that I envisioned that weekend starting, maybe, but it ended up being kind of a good way to sit with some really dear and old friends and look forward, you know. I mean, we sat down by the lake and listened to Tom Petty songs. I sat down there for hours and kind of celebrated him a little bit. And yeah, I don't know if I could have picked a better group of people to be around for that.
And something just very different happens when you plug acoustic instruments in. They behave differently, they sound differently, they EQ differently. So like if we were like a stand around the one mic type of band, our techniques would just be different, just to like make the sound work in such a way. You know, and like all of us have spent at least a little, but most of us a lot of time playing straight up electric instruments too. So, you know, there's this sort of this, like when I hit a big chord on the mandolin, I hit it like it's an electric guitar. I don't know. You want me to hit a big chord on the mandolin?
Show me.
Like,
prove it.
I might go, you know, and like, I don't know how much like an electric guitar that really sounds, but I'll even do that sometimes when I do it.
And when kick your leg out.
And when it's plugged in, there's like a lot more low end coming out of there, and it's like boom, and like I like that, you know, and like, and I think other bluegrass mandolin players might be like, ooh, that's a little woofy. We need to EQ that out of that, you know, so it doesn't do that. So, I don't know. I think a lot of it is like embracing electricity, embracing volume.
Maybe our background in, you know, loud bands with electric guitars in front of drum kits probably affects how we play this stuff.
And also like the people we knew and the places we knew to play, you know, like some of the other like up and coming string bands that we are friends with would bring along their one mic and get really frustrated with how that doesn't really work so well in like a rock bar. We never even tried that. We were just like, why in the world would you do that at this place?
You can't be loud enough with that.
You know, like, so forget that. We have to plug in, you know, like right off the bat, like, well, yeah, we'd love to have you play banjo. Can you put a pickup on that thing? And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll figure out how to do that, you know. Like,
yeah, if you sort of take a look at all the venues we were playing at that time, most of them are dark rock and punk rock clubs. So, right, there is a technical version of reasoning behind a lot of what we ended up doing. It's just because it was the only way we could get it to work.
I'll sing like a stone, baby, Minnesota. My heart is right next to the train. Yeah, 6 miles and you have to start talking.
The big one's drums. Like there's like a drummer can sit there and like have a beat moving forward at a slow tempo.
Yeah.
And it's really
Whereas
hard.
we have to do that with
You know, and as soon as you know, like I start going like, well, I can do that. Now it's already picking up in a way that like a hi-hat wouldn't. You know, like I don't know, like that was like really early on, like when we did the Waker by Widespread Panic. You know, and there's like 2 drummers in that band. It was like, oh my god, like how do we cover that stuff? You know, like how do you like?
Yeah, you just have to realize you're not going to play it like they do.
Because we're not going to, but we're also trying not to make it just be like a, here we go, bum, 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 you know, like we're not making it a bluegrass song. So like, you know, so like I'd be like listening to like drum fills and
I
trying
like your bluegrass impression.